Hi everyone, it's Rebecca again. And I'm not gonna do introductions again. This is part 4 of what I did during summer. I know it's really long. It's probably been like an hour so far, but yeah. So I went back to the finish, and then I found before I got there, obviously I completely by accident found my second control. And I wasn't even looking for this. I'm like, I'm just gonna look at this number just to see what it is. And I'm like, of course, it's my second control. So after I'm like, okay, you know what? Because the finish was this way from the control, and my third control was this way, and like, what, I'm gonna go into my third control. But then I threw up again, so I'm like, what, screw this, I'm going to the finish. So I went to the finish, and when I got there, they were like, the start wasn't even there anymore because everyone had already started, and once everyone starts, they just take down the start, and most people had already left, because it turns out I'd been in the forest for 3 hours. Yeah. So I came, and they were like, oh, you need medical attention, and like, you'd go to the doctor or the nurse or whatever, but I didn't want to. But I had a headache. I have a headache now just thinking about it. But so I went back to the parking lot, which I knew where it was. And but the only reason there was like maybe 6 people there, and they were from Košice, which is the people who were organizing it. The only reason they were there is because they have to stay there until everyone arrives. Everyone who's registered. So obviously if they are not registered, they're not their responsibility. And then I found my mom, and she's like, oh my god, you're here. We were just about to send like a search party for you and stuff. And I was like, yeah, fine. Like, I was just like really tired and drowsy from my head. And then she looked at my forehead, and she was like, oh my god, what happened? Because, I mean, it wasn't that bad. Like, the scrape, it wasn't that bad. It's just that there was like blood, like dried blood on it, not too much, and it was covered in mud, so it looked really bad, but it really wasn't that bad. So it was like covered in mud, so all this was covered in mud, and I had some of my glasses, and I was a complete mess. I was so, like, my clothing was soaked through. My shoes, they were like, like, it was so wet that they were like completely soaked through, and had like puddles at the bottom of my shoes. Like when you step in a puddle and then you walk and there's like little rivers at the bottom of your shoe. Yeah, that's what it was like. And so, but everyone else had waited for, well, not everyone else, but like Shmelikotsi and Miklushotsi and Shenkotsi, which is like Tereska, like the 3 families. And I think like some other people, and they'd all waited for me, and I was kind of, I kind of felt special. But yeah, they waited until I came, and they were like, oh my god, everyone was like, oh my god, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't remember. But I mean, I remembered parts. I remembered it, but I was just kind of like, eh. So in the car, I like took off my clothes, and okay, so another thing in Canada, people are really sensitive when it comes to like taking off your clothes and stuff. In Slovakia, it doesn't matter. There's like kids go around with no bathing suit at lakes and stuff, and it's not a big deal. People are just used to it there. But and no one could see or anything, so I just changed it in the car because I was soaking wet, and I was wearing a shushtaki, which is like the pants that are like for rain, probably not, like the jacket material, and like the mud, it had gotten through when it was on my legs, and it was just, oh my god. So I changed, and after when we got home, and we tried to we washed the pants, the brown stains on the inside from the mud, not on the outside, but from the inside on the white material, they wouldn't come off. So yeah, now I have a nice reminder. But they're not my pants anyways, they're my mom's pants. And so yeah, so then we went to dinner, and I didn't eat anything. I just had rice. Me and my mom, my sister went, and I had rice just because I didn't want to have it because I felt sick. And then we went back to the internat, and then I went to dinner with the other families. I didn't eat anything, but I just wanted to be with them. And then, so I had like, the scar on my forehead that looked horrible. Thank God it's gone now, pretty much. But and yeah, then we were up again till like 1. And because some people like Dushan and Tomasz and Misha and Filip, they went to like the party. There was like, it's called a discotheque. It's like, directly translated, it would be disco, but it's not. It's just like a dance or a party or whatever where people drink and stuff. But we didn't go, not because like I was allowed and Tereska was allowed, but one of them wasn't allowed, and I had to take care of my sister. I didn't have to take care of my sister, but you know, like, we just decided to go and just look what it was like. And my sister was there, and the other Tedesca was there, and she had to be back by a certain time, by like 11:30 or something. So we just went to look at what it was like, and we didn't even go inside because I couldn't leave my sister there, because, you know, there was like, you know, because it's night in like a small town, and there was like, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but in Slovakia there's like a lot of gypsies and stuff, and in Slovakia they're dangerous. I don't know, it's not really that big of a deal here, but they can be dangerous there, and there was like a group of them further along, so I'm like, I'm not leaving my sister here, even if it's just to quickly look inside. So we went back, and after, it was like a 10-minute walk, and we just didn't feel like going there after. Me and Tedesca and the Tedesca could have gone, but I'm like, no, we'll just stay here. So we stayed there, and then they came back at like, no, that was 10:30, sorry. They had to be back by like midnight because they weren't allowed to stay any longer. And but then some other people, like Matej and Martin and Tomáš, not the twin, but like the older one, a different one, they like snuck back to the dance. So we were up until like 1, just like talking and stuff. And yeah, then we went to sleep, and at 2 o'clock, I couldn't fall asleep, and like just when I was falling asleep, at 2 o'clock they came back, and they were all so drunk, and they were like singing and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, shut up, because you know, you can hear everything. You can hear everything through, because if you were whispering something in the tent, everyone else can hear you, because the tents are so thin. But anyways, yeah, then the next day I didn't run because of my head. I didn't want to. I was just happy. Honestly, I used that as an excuse, I'm not gonna lie. And it was, so I just kind of hung out with the people who weren't running, but who were, you know, starting later, and then the people who came earlier, who finished earlier, and you just kind of like hung out. And then there was the Vyhlásenie, which is like the ranking, like the first, second, third, whatever. And yeah, we went until that, and then we drove home. Basically, it was like a 6-hour drive. No, it was like a 5-hour drive or something. We came home at like 1 in the morning. Yeah, and before that we ate, and yeah. Then the day after, I went to, or I guess that day on Monday, I went to my friend Kamilka's cabin, who I mentioned before. And her cabin is in Moravsky Světy, and I go there every year. And we were there for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But yeah, last year what we did basically the whole time we were reading Host. I don't really know why, we didn't really do much else. But this time, you know, like, we played tennis, we played volleyball, we played badminton, we went to Skalica to get trdelník, which is, it's like this cake thing, not really like a bakery pastry thing. It's really good, and they don't have them here, obviously. And we went to the small town to Dědina and just like met some people there, and yeah. Then we got back on Saturday, and then on Sunday not they all, like Kamilka and Katka, one sec. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. Kamilka and Katka and Lila and Lepka were my other friends, and Ondrej and some other people went to this camp. And it's like a Christian camp, but they don't like do stuff like that. It's just for that like group of people. And they wanted me to come, and Kamilka even tried calling the main head person, but there was just no more room. And they would have gotten like in a lot of trouble if I'd gone, and you know, like inspection had come in or whatever. But her parents, which was really kind of them, they just took me there, and I was there for like 2 hours, just so I could say hi to everyone, because I hadn't seen a lot of other people. And I just played volleyball with them the whole time, basically. Yeah, and then I got back at like 7, and then on Monday, I can't remember what I did on Monday, on the 8th of August, but I can't remember what I did that day. It wasn't anything like bad, I just can't remember. We probably just met with some people. And then on Tuesday, I met with Tedesca from the orienteering, and we went to Eurovea, and then I went to the Cintorín, which is the cemetery, where my aunt and my like great grandma, I think, are. And then we met with Maria, which is like my mom's and my grandma's friend at 6. Not that you care about the time. And then on Wednesday I met with my other friend Denisa, and on Thursday we met with Vera, who she's my great aunt, and she bought me the bag and like the sweater dress and the blouse, which if you guys watch my other video you'll see what that is. And then we met with Zuzka and Tereska, who they're basically, they know Kamilka's mom, Martina. She knows Zuzka, and they live in a city that's like 3 hours from where I live in Canada, and they were there too so we met up with them. We didn't know who they were, but and on Friday we went to Prague, which is actually in the Czech Republic, but my mom has an apartment there. We were just there for 2 days because I wanted to go there before I left, and it's just like a lot of people say, whoever's been there basically just says it's the most beautiful city in the world, and it's just amazing. I've been there before, but yeah, we just kind of went around like the old castles and stuff like that with me, my sister, my mom, and my grandma. We were there for Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday we met with Danka, who she's my mom's friend, and like I've known her forever, and she invited us for lunch, and then I went to Kamilka's house because we couldn't go anywhere because she was a bit sick, with Katka and her friend Sasha, and we watched like a movie and just hung out, and then on Monday I left. Yeah. So that's basically what I did in the summer. Like I said, it doesn't sound really interesting. We didn't really do that much during the summer just because of the weather. We wanted to go to Croatia and a whole lot of stuff, but the weather it was just raining a lot and it was kind of gloomy. But yeah, I had a really great summer, and I'm just really thankful that I got to go again and that I got to see all of my friends there and stuff. And yeah. So thanks for watching, guys, and tell me what your guys' summer was like. Like, after still 2 more weeks of summer, and I don't know what I'm going to do with Florian once she gets here, but we're probably just going to go on like small trips and stuff. Okay, thanks for watching.